Everybody, happy Friday. We're here. We're so excited to talk about this. We've been following through the Find Hope Franklin, and today we have with us Caitlin Coile from the Refuge Center for Counseling, and we're going to talk about teens. She's the director of Children and Teens program there. How's it going this morning?
Good. I'm glad that it's cooled off.
Yes, happy fall, right?
That's exactly right.
So we've been doing these questionnaires, and so September is Suicide Awareness Month. We're getting this in before September ends, but talk to me about that and what that means for you guys at the Refuge Center.
Yeah, I think that this month is particularly important for that. But what we know based on statistics, information that we're getting from a bunch of different sources, is that suicide is the leading cause of death for young people. I think
Wow.
5 to 7 or 5 to 14, and then the second leading cause from 15 to 24. And so knowing that, it's really important for us to increase the awareness around that, give families and children the coping skills that they need, and just to make sure that we know that this is a really huge endemic and there are ways to prevent that and manage it.
Yeah, so tell me what you're seeing since the pandemic. I've seen some studies come out and say that it's increased, that it's worse, or is it because we just know more? What is your take on that?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think with the all of the things that were wrapped up in the pandemic of kids having to stay at home, of school being online, of being disconnected from their peers, of being maybe overly connected to their families, that all of that really increased the stress level for our young people. And the conversations around mental health has just really shifted in the past couple of years. I think partially because of the pandemic, but also just because of the really high need for our young people and adults in truth. But how that has changed is has come at a really timely um, part of our society where that's matching that need, which is nice.
Mhm. We've kind of talked about this a little bit, but what do you see is happening with teens right now as far as like mental health? I know you've kind of mentioned that we have more access, we talk about it more, but what else do you see is happening?
Yeah, I think in coming maybe on the tail end of this pandemic when we see a little bit of it still, but what happens the most in our office is going to be um, still a lot of social anxiety. So we're re-entering back into the world. We're not really sure what that looks like. A lot of it has changed. Maybe there's new social norms, new rules, new things happening in the world. So
Right.
that is really hard for teens. Again, just not having a much more sensitive and higher level of these emotional needs and less ability to deal with it. And
Mhm.
so seeing a little bit more of those, what we would call mood disorders, but anxiety or depression, and then maybe using some skills that aren't as healthy to deal with those, like self harm or eating disorders, or even those suicidal ideations or plans.
Mm. So as a parent and as a community, what can we do to help our teens and help them work through these things? Sometimes from my experience, it's maybe not necessarily your teen that's having this issue, but they know someone else who is, or someone close to them who is, and they kind of feel helpless themselves. So can you talk us through as a parent what we can do to support our teen who maybe has a friend who's struggling, or
Mhm.
who you may have a child that's struggling as well?
Yeah, I think that's kind of that one little weird pocket to fall into is that maybe your family feels like, okay, we're handling this well, but we have a friend who we're not sure how to help them. But in either case, really what adults in those kids' lives can do is to ask good questions and to sit with their teens and to help them to know that, hey, I'm here for you. I can help you. I'm not going to be a place of judgment, and to show them that you're going to be connected to those resources. So, in having additional access to maybe help your family know, like, hey, let's go to this meeting at our church or this meeting at school that talks about this. And so that we as a family can make this a priority and that it's not going to be scary or a topic that we can't talk about, so that it feels like this is a place where it can be handled and safe conversation.
Mhm. Well, tell me the goal for the Refuge Center. You guys do so many things. Maybe we should talk about that first. Let's talk about what you guys offer, because I was telling you before we started, I've seen your name come up lately that people have mentioned you as a resource. So let's tell people what you offer there.
Yes, so we do individual, family, and group counseling as young as age 4 up through the whole lifespan. And currently, we have about 60 to 70 therapists on staff. So lots of different skill sets, lots of different modalities, lots of different things that are available to clients. And we're about to start construction on our new facility, which will be really exciting. And our ambition is so that we can expand those services too. So we're one of our main goals in being in this community is to offer affordable access to healthcare. And so we offer a sliding scale, which is not always available for mental health, and that's really important. And so in this new facility, we are going to still offer that, but hopefully be able to offer that on a much wider scale and have much more people be able to come in and get the services that they need.
Yeah, you made a very good point. I think that's the issue. A lot of times people don't seek help is
Mhm.
because of the cost, and it's not always covered by insurance. So that's great to hear that you guys do that.
Yeah, yeah, I think you're right that that can be really prohibitive for people to get help. And on it should be on Find Hope Franklin's website, but also on um, I'm not going to remember the website right now. I can send it to you later. That there's options for those more affordable uh, accesses for
Yes.
people who need
Okay.
that.
We'll put that link up there in case people are looking.
Awesome.
Just to wrap up, tell us the biggest goal for you guys at Refuge Center for teens and children and parents as we navigate these interesting times.
Yeah, I think that the biggest goal is to help families know that there is hope. So even to have their young person or even a parent to come in and sit with a counselor to talk through what's happening in their family, that one person who is changing in the family can spark change for the whole entire system. And so being able to spark that hope for that one family can spark hope for their whole community. And then we can just have a really societal change in that way. And our hope is to spread awareness about the struggles that are really unique to young people and to have positive conversations for it and offer resources for those families that feel like they need it and there's not another place to get it.
Right. Well, we appreciate you spending time with us and letting us know um, and talking about this topic, bringing it to light, like just like you said, because I think it's important for all of us to talk about. Give us the website for Refuge Center in case people are wondering.
Yes, it's www.refugecenter.org.
RefugeCenter.org. All right. Hey, thanks again for joining us, Caitlin. If you guys need more information, we'll put the link up. All right. Bye,
Awesome.
everybody.